The cycle stops with you. Think about that for a minute. So I'm referring to the narcissistic abusive cycle. It stops with you. You see, you are becoming the generational curse breaker. You are becoming stronger than you ever thought possible. You are realizing more and more about humanity, about your mindset, about the narcissist mindset, about empathy, narcissism, about trajectory, abundance, authenticity, and more. And I just stumbled there because the friends that we have in the background are getting a little too close, and they are abundant and they're beautiful. And yes, this is a morning video. The morning video is here to let you know that this is a new day. It's the start of a new mindset for you. And when you realize that it all ends with you, yes, you are the generational curse breaker. Yes, I don't want to have to keep saying that, but it's true. You're cut from a different cloth. You're a different person. That's why this video found you. You may have thought you found the video. You didn't. It found you because you've been activated. You now are understanding so much more about yourself, about humanity, about mindset, about what you're capable of, and about what the narcissist does to people. Each and every day on the planet, there are more and more people who are entering these narcissistic relationships, but they're jettisoning them quicker. Each and every day, more and more people are understanding that not only are they the priority, that they come first, second, and third, but that the narcissist doesn't have power over them the way they thought. You were what was known as a supply source. You are not a supply source. You are a beautiful, bright, shining light. And as I am creating this video, and I am being swarmed with these geese, and they are getting really, really close, closer than I ever thought possible. They're walking in front of me, and they're walking around me. Having said all those things, oh my gosh, this is abundance. It is so much more pleasurable and enjoyable to be creating this video right now on May 31st, 2026 than it was where I was in the previous years on this exact date trapped in the cycle. You see, right now, I am paying it forward. Right now, I am cautious. Right now, my energy is flowing through me, and it's flowing to you. You need to realize that why I mentioned the generational curse breaker, it's because most people in the past thought that they could handle the narcissist. They thought that they could deal with the narcissist. They thought that they were strong enough to combat the toxicity. Well, every single slice of the knife that the narcissist cut into you, and certainly into myself, it did damage. That's what a knife does. A knife cuts wounds. You have to heal, which is why this is the relationship you need to heal from. And no one can heal for you. I can't do the work for you. I had to do my own work. And that's why I pay it forward each and every day by creating videos, because you need to keep your cup full. And you need to understand that once you heal, you too can be out in the Carolina woods or wherever I am, surrounded by geese. The promise of tomorrow, the promise of today, and understanding that energy is what you are made of. And your energy is priceless, and your time is invaluable. And now you are not a supply source. Remember, you are what I call a beautiful, bright, shining light. The light within you was almost exterminated. It was almost extinguished, but it wasn't, which is why you are here. That's why I am here. This is not a coincidence. It's not an accident. You are stronger than you ever thought possible. You're resilient. You are full of authenticity and abundance and trajectory. You must cut the ties with the narcissist. You must leave them in the past. And you must also understand that whereas you perhaps were caught up in the trauma bond, the narcissistic fog, the devaluation stage, and more, you are no longer there. What you're doing is you're now breaking the cycle. You're breaking the ties. You're breaking the chains. And yes, I'm moving because our friends were getting a little too close. And I want to make sure I create this video, as usual, one shot, no script, in the morning. Now, having said those things, you have to understand there are 4 ties that tethered, past tense, tethered you to the narcissist. And those ties are the emotional, the financial, the physical, and of course the spiritual ties. And there they are, walking right past us. Those ties will be cut by you, for you, and to benefit you. Nobody, and I mean nobody, can cut those ties for you. Take a look over here. That's what I'm talking about. This is quite possibly the most energetic, beautiful video I've ever created, because not only are these geese here and here and here and back there, see them walking back, But you can't make this up. No, I am not Dr. Doolittle. No, I am not Noah on Noah's Ark. But you would be amazed at the abundance of what takes place. And you may think, oh, well, what did you do to get all those geese to follow you in there? I did nothing. I am me. I'm an energy source. I'm a beautiful, bright, shining light. Authenticity flows through me just like it flows through you, which is why I am the generational curse breaker. And I'm going to tell you something right now that I haven't shared videos before. You really need to understand that the narcissist will never, and I mean never, ever quit until they take their last breath. When I say quit, I mean trying to destroy people's lives, not just yours, but other people's lives. Think about all the people that the narcissist captured and trapped and tricked and manipulated and brainwashed. Think of all the people that served the narcissist in the past that no longer are serving the narcissist. I am one of those people. So are you. The stronger you get, the weaker the narcissist gets. The weaker the narcissist gets, the more clarity arrives in your mind. The clearer your mind gets, the stronger you get. And the stronger you get, the more you realize that that relationship was way worse than you ever thought possible. That's why once you close the chapter of the book on these creatures, these entities, these dark energy sources, you will become liberated. You will become free. You will see the world the way it was meant to be seen, not the way they wanted you to see it, and not the way you were seeing it before you were trapped and caught up in the narcissistic fog. You see, at one point, we all were the new supply. Who you don't want to be is the new supply. The new supply is being inundated with abuse. The new supply is being peppered with abuse, and the new supply has no idea what's going on. The new supply also most likely won't be able to crack the code and figure out what you figured out. Now, I wish I could say otherwise, but if I could say otherwise, then I wouldn't be creating videos each and every day, educating you and letting you understand how important this is, that you go no contact, that you block that person, and that you remove them from your life. If not now, when? Now, I am almost done moving around on the video, and I do apologize for some of it. But that right there, what you just saw, is a prime example of a person, in this case me, being myself, living my life, doing what I want, when I want, how I want, and with whom I want. And guess what happened? I had a little knock on my outdoor door, and it was that beautiful plethora of families of geese saying, hey, and there's another one, saying, hey, guess what, Andrew? Thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. We want to let you know that we love you too, and we care about you too, just like I care about those geese, just like I care about you. So you need to flip everything back into yourself. There are dark days that were in the past. Perhaps there are dark days that are present. Maybe there will be a couple dark days in the future as you're breaking the ties, as you're breaking the chains of the narcissist. Eventually, all those ties get cut, they get severed, and eventually you will see that what I've been sharing with you for almost 6 years is not only completely accurate and true, but there are so many people that are doing what I'm doing. No, I'm not referring to creating videos. I'm referring to living an abundant, peaceful, fruitful, narcissistic-free life. This is what life is about. Life is about having to do what you want, when you want, and with whom you want. Answering to nobody, not being manipulated, not being gaslit, not being blamed, definitely not being triangulated, and not being taken for granted. I will say this and I will get ready to close the video. Why it all ends with you? It's because you have what it takes. I have what it takes. Not everybody has what it takes. And when I say what it takes, I'm referring to the resilience, the determination, the fortitude, the commitment, the courage, the understanding, the wisdom, and the knowledge of what was done to you. When you wrap your head around all of that, you don't sugarcoat it. You don't sweep it under the carpet, but you face it head on, and you really, really do the deep dive within yourself, the way I have. Then you will see that this was the test of a lifetime, the narcissistic relationship. And that test you have passed with flying colors. Although there were moments, there were days, there were seconds, there were weeks, there were months, there were periods of time when you didn't think you would make it. I also didn't think I would make it, specifically one day, January 6, 2021. The day I almost ended my life, but I didn't, and I am here. Because I am here, you are here. Because you are here, you need to heal, and you need to go back and play specifically the first 8-ish minutes of this video. Where was I? I was sitting exactly here. Truth be told, I was sitting about 2 feet to my left. And then what happened as I was creating this video? What happened is a little group of geese started waddling over here saying hello. Those geese weren't here when I walked to where my location is to create this video. They were nowhere to be found. What happened? They said, oh, there's that Andrew person. There's that beautiful person who wants to do nothing but pay it forward. We're gonna make him a special visit. We're gonna be guesting or guest appearancing in the video, and we're gonna take a little shortcut off to the pond, which is probably where they're going. Now, what I'm sharing is you can't make these things up. I said it in yesterday's video. There's no such thing as a coincidence on this planet. If you think there is, you need to really reconsider that. You met the apex predator, you met the 800-pound gorilla, you met the behemoth, the juggernaut, the narcissist. They thought that they trapped you, they thought they tricked you, they thought that they had done everything they possibly could to destroy your life from the inside out. They failed, and they failed miserably, and they know it because you're here. You are keeping yourself in one you're keeping yourself in one high vibrational state, and you're getting as far away from that person as fast as you possibly can. That's why once you see it, you can't unsee it. And once you experience it, you can't unexperience it. And that's why so few people understand what you're talking about. However, I can finish your sentence like that, maybe even quicker, because I've been in the cycle. I know what it's like to have sleepless nights. I know what it's like to have to put on your game face and go to work knowing that the last thing you want to be doing is going to work, because all of the nonsense that goes on in the workplace while you're trying to combat divorcing the narcissist, being isolated, trapped, left for dead, detached retina, etc. But I know what it's like to go to work and actually do the best I could and go back home and grieve and process. Yeah, I've never said that in video. There's so many more things I haven't shared, but I will share. The whole point of this video before I close it is to understand that the abundance will flow through you when you cut the ties, when you remove yourself from the narcissist, and when you go no contact. Those geese that were walking around here and they got a little too close, and you may say, well, yeah, if you love them so much, why did you move? I moved because I can't see that well. And with wildlife, you never know what will happen. So I wanted to protect myself, and I believe also let them know that, hey, I care about them. I'm giving them the free space to walk around because this is their planet just like it's my planet. And that's why I did what I did, and I gave you a good visual of how many geese there were. There probably were about 44. As a matter of fact, I'll bet you that's exactly what there were. Any way you look at it, they were saying hello, and they were reminding me to remind you that you are the generational curse breaker, and the cycle does end with you. Because if it doesn't end with you, what will happen? It will be passed on to the next generation, and the next generation, and the next generation. And that's not why you're here. You see, you are a different person. And if you can make one change in your life that will have ripple effects for generations to come with most people that you will never even meet, truth be told, you won't meet any of those people most likely, then you're doing your part. You're only here on the planet for a little period of time, whether that period of time is 50 years, 100 years, 200 years or more. And you may say, well, why 200 years? Well, AI's here. And with all the breaking new scientific discoveries that were, I hope you're sitting down for this part of the video. With all of the, there's a beautiful hawk. With all the breaking scientific discoveries that have been unearthed by people who are using AI properly and are creating abundant things for the rest of us to use and utilize, then you're understanding that, yeah, this is your journey. And the part there where I got sidetracked when I saw the beautiful red-tailed hawk fly over was this. Think about this. Think about how wrong this is. You have a cure. Let's say that this is not with narcissism directly in the beginning, but it will be in the end. Then I'm going to close the video. Let's say that you are a researcher, you're a scientist, or you're somebody who can figure out how to cure a certain ailment, whatever that is. And you did it, and you figured it out, and you have the answer to humanity's problems for one ailment, whatever that is. And you want to shout from the rooftops, get it patented and get it made. Well, you do it, and you're getting ready to launch it, and you're going to give it out for free. This is an example, a hypothetical example, but I'm sure it happens every day, or close to every day, or more often than you would know. And then what happens? A big company comes along, buys you out, and then shelves your idea, shelves the creation or the discovery that you made to help humanity. And it never sees the light of day. Now, you may think I just told you a fable or a fairy tale. I just told you the truth. Think about it. There's your narcissist right there. The greed, the money, the hiding, the keeping discoveries for themselves and not sharing. I hope you understand what that last part of the video was all about, because if you don't play any other part of the video, play that part. Everything, and I mean everything, isn't how it appears to be on this planet. And at the top of that list, you guessed it, it's the narcissist. So that's why you need to let the narcissist slither away, and that's why you need to continue to become the generational curse breaker, which is why it all ends with you. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you all. I'll talk with you tomorrow. And I just want to tell you that those geese were absolutely amazing. They're beautiful, they're gorgeous. I couldn't see that well, but I hope you play that video. And no, I had no idea they would be here. And yes, this is an early morning video. And yes, I just want you to understand that I am in a very abundant space. Mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, every way possible. My hope is that you are there, or you are working towards getting to that mountaintop, that pinnacle of indifference. I love you all, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Go geese, bye.